Welcome to Sports Minds, where all roads lead to sports. And we talk ball every season, and we are your hosts, Legendarius, Hashmaster Z, and Philthy.
What it do? Episode 3, baby.
Glad to have y'all back.
We were gonna do our NFL awards this week, but you know we out here with some breaking news. So that's gonna be the main talk of our show today. Shout out to our man Rick Ross. You know what I mean? The biggest boss out there, the big boss. Cause we got this new segment that we're gonna call
Accusation. False accusation.
Now, are they true or are they false accusations? We about to figure it out. But
Can I just highlight how news broke on a Saturday? I just want to say that.
Get into it, man. Crazy.
It's tiring. It's a day off. It's a Saturday, you know? News breaks Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, until Friday. Not Saturday. But here we go. Let's get it.
Big Ja Morant, Ja Rule, Ja Broski. This guy cannot help himself. So, as reports came out again this week, or popped back up in the news cycle, that he had some altercations over the summer in which he beat up a 17-year-old, punched him 12 to 13 times. I'm not sure how true that part is. Then went back in his house and showed him that he had a gun in his waistband. And then on top of that, about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, there was an incident with the Indiana Pacers where him and his posse had a red laser shining on some of the Indiana Pacers, players, staff. NBA investigated it, and they said that it wasn't a gun, although Pacer security said that was 100% a gun. If that wasn't enough, with that all breaking again this weekend, this guy, this morning, last night, whatever, Saturday morning, early morning, posts an IG live of himself in a strip club and flashes the gun while singing Young Boy NBA. And he lost last night, by the way. And he lost me money. So fuck that guy. Let's go.
Well, you know what? I'm going to hop into this one. Because we dove into this a little bit last week. Talking about, hey, you make $200 million. You shouldn't be making these stupid mistakes. And here we are, right? And I know we talked a little bit earlier about AI, and I don't think this is remotely the same situation. Only because AI is a completely different breed. He was just misunderstood. Ja is playing a game that he doesn't understand. And the fact that he's making all this money for his family, he can lose it all, and he still, he still doesn't get it. I don't care if he's 23, being young. It's like you got to be mature at this point.
Yeah, it's read the room, bro. You're you're literally the hot topic all week, even though it's old news. Don't add on to it. Don't be like, look at me, right back at it. And we can't name another NBA player that you've ever seen on Instagram, social media, whatever, flashing a gun. You're not a gangster. You're a basketball player. Hoop. It's crazy.
It gives me very Plaxico Burris vibes. He's just missing the bullet wound. That's the only thing that is. But it's just I can't speak to Ja or any of his actions, but I mean it's just something you see or we've seen time and time again, even in our generation. It's just young athlete doing stupid thing, young athlete doing dumb thing, whether they get caught or not. It's just a young athlete doing dumb stuff. Happens often. It's unfortunate to see. You kind of wish it would stop. You kind of wonder where the circle is, where the support is. Just unfortunate. In this situation, he has both of his parents. So what's the excuse there? I mean, come on. But it's just tough to watch, and it's unfortunate to see, and it's only a matter of time before he hits the wrong person, and it's just the other side of that you don't want to see.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this isn't done. This isn't done at all. Like, we're breaking it before it's gonna blow up on Monday. Like, this is gonna be all over ESPN, Fox Sports News, all that sort of stuff. But just know you heard it on Sports Mindz first. All right, we ain't taking nobody's takes. Okay, we did it first, but we're gonna be hearing about this all week, and it's just like, my guy, why? Like, for what reason? Like, who is guiding you? Who, like what possessed you to be like, yeah, I know we lost tonight, and I know, I'm drinking whatever in the strip club. Let me flash the gun, too. I don't even care. Like, he might get suspended.
He should.
Well, we can see like an athlete having a wild behavior, like that happens all the time. But like that's where it goes to like, what's your circle, man? Like someone should be taking and someone should be watching that camera, someone should be watching this behavior.
No, the thing is, it's like, I'm not gonna say that someone should be watching him. It's more of like, yo, you just lost. I don't mind you going to a strip club, but don't be flashing the gun. You know what I mean? Like, if you have it, be discreet.
Yeah.
But it's like the fact that you lost, you went to a strip club, and then you do that. Not only you make the microscope bigger, now it's like a huge spotlight. Like Legendarius said, this stuff is going to blow up, and everyone's going to be like, is he serious about basketball at this point? Or does he just care about the flash and glamour?
Yeah.
It just creates more problems.
I mean, James Harden is the king of the strip club, and I ain't never seen no video of him in the strip club. It's just like, come on. Right. I know he's been there after he lost. I know he went there during the NBA Finals. Like, that first run at OKC. This man lives in the strip club, but I can't find no footage of it. So, like, why are you giving us footage of it? Like, what's wrong with you? Especially after you just lost.
How do we know there wasn't someone in Harden's camp whose job is to make sure this footage doesn't get out, make sure no cameras are out, make sure Harden is protected? That's what I'm saying. Who has Ja's back? Who's making sure he's protected? I don't see that.
I feel that's a job problem.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. Ja has to surround himself with yes men for the most part. It's like, what are they going to do? Take his phone away from him? He posted it. It was him. It was Ja Morant's Instagram live. It's not like someone took this of him. He posted, He's like, yo, I'm about to go live. And then that's what he did. Like, he really was like, yo, I'm going live, y'all. And I was really about to, like, defend this man because of the older news that came out, and it's just like, let it be dead. They didn't decide to pursue charges, so we don't know what's what. It's not our place to be like, well, he should have did this or he should do that. Like, that's not our place. But now it's just like, you lost that support. Like, there's from either side, I don't see anybody that could back him now.
Exactly. So that means Powerade, Adidas or whatever he signed to,
Nike.
If they Nike. So if they decide to cut ties, they're well within their rights. Because if you're investing that much money in a player and they're doing stupid crap like that, you might. I mean, hell, I'm not investing in anybody like that.
Hey, I feel like it's more reasonable to drop Ja for that than what they dropped Kyrie for.
Exactly.
I don't want to see no double standard now.
Exactly.
And well, you know what? Even the further the breaking news segment we're already having, just now I am seeing the NBA is investigating this video. So yeah, Monday it's gonna come hot and heavy.
It's gonna be lit.
Again, what I was saying earlier.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. And it's kind of a theme with these young players just sort of like putting themselves in these terrible situations. Like, next we can go on to this Alabama basketball player, Brandon Miller.
Ooh.
You know, you've heard the whole story. He brought Darius Miles the gun. Darius Miles ended up killing some girl that, like, rejected him or something. Something crazy. But then it came out that Brandon Miller's the one that brought him the gun. And, you know, now everyone has an opinion. Well, why is he still playing? It's not a good look for the university. blah 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 blah. I'm of the belief if the police investigated, the police know everything, and they said he's not a suspect, then why are all these outside people saying what the school should or shouldn't do, what is or is not a good look? I don't like that, but at the same time, it's like, bro, why'd you put yourself in that situation? Like, could you imagine, like, you know, we've been boys for life.
Yeah.
If I hit you up at 2 a.m., like, yo, bring the blicky, you'd be like, nah, nigga, go to sleep. Like, what is wrong with you? Right? Like, yo, I'm downtown. Bring the blicky. I'm about to get busy. Like, no, you're not. Go to sleep, bro.
No, bro, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of those stories. It's just like, again, just really tough to hear, tough to deal with. I can only feel so bad. Everyone is their own person. Ja made his choice. This guy made his choice. It's like, wow, man. Fortunate because you have your whole career in front of you in terms of sports.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah. And, you know, Brandon Miller, he's going to be good because he's not in it. But the other guy, Darius Miles, like, bro, first of all, you're making all the Dariuses out here look bad. That's number one. Number two, like, you were literally on scholarship at Alabama, top-ranked program. They're literally ranked number 2 in the nation right now. Like, you had full-ride scholarship. You probably could have played overseas, worst case, and made a lot of money shooting a ball. But instead, you decided to shoot a girl, and now you're, like, never going to be free again. Like, for what? Because she rejected you?
Right.
Like, how crazy is that? Like,
that's insane.
Yeah.
And that's where I think where Philthy's coming from with young athletes doing dumb stuff. And one thing that we also have to take account for is that a lot of top, like, 4 to 5 star athletes have, like, a arrested development type of syndrome, where they never really develop how to grow up, how to develop their own emotions. And I feel that's like a whole nother can of worms that we can open up later. But when they're told yes their whole lives, that they're the best their whole lives, and then somebody rejects them, that's just like, yo, I'm going off the deep end.
Yeah.
You know, that type of shit.
Yeah, and you nailed it, because they do get told yes. They, you know, it's like, oh, it's okay, I'll take care. You messed up, we'll sweep it under the rug. You just focus on shooting this ball, man. Focus on that handle, and, you know, eventually it catches up to you. It's like, you can't do this forever, sir. Doesn't matter what sport you play, you can't play it forever unless you're Tiger Woods. But golf is in a whole nother category, and yeah, it's crazy. And then you hear the news that comes out about Jalen Carter, who's projected, like, first-round pick out of Georgia.
I think he was number 1.
I don't think he's going number 1.
No,
he's definitely projected top 5 easy.
Yeah.
But he was. They were talking about him as if he might go number 1 if Chicago didn't trade their pick.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah. And he gets arrested during the combine. Comes out that, you know, he was involved in some drag racing that resulted in the death of one of his teammates and then, like, a recruiting coordinator.
Yeah.
During the combine, this man took his mugshot in his combine shirt, bailed out, and then went back to the combine.
So that is
the conspiracy theorists in me questions, like, the time of the leak, the news report. Like, it seems like a planned report. I mean, come on, the story's how old, and you dropped it during the combine. Got it. But I'm not exonerating this man and his poor choices. Just the timing is interesting is all. But yeah, I mean, man, again, I feel like I'm being the same horse. Young kids, poor behavior, man. Like, you got to get that correct circle around you, you know? Athletes do it all the time.
Yeah, I feel that. And I guess that kind of leads into, you know, the statement that Deion Sanders said that, you know, had a little bit of blowback.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right, here we go. This is on the Rich Eisen show.
Quarterbacks are different. Yeah. We want mother, father, dual parent. We want that kid to be 3, 5, and up because he's got to be smart. Not bad decisions off the field at all because he has to be a leader of men. Like old linemen, I look for dual parent homes. Right. A strong father that they adhere to. Right. Smart kid, at least 3 and above. Defensive linemen throw the opposite. Single mom, trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to he's trying to rescue mom. Quarterback.
So how do you feel about that?
Nasty.
I think there's some truth into it. May not have been the right platform to say it. I probably wouldn't say it out loud. But what do we want in D linemen? People who are hungry, right? People who have that motor, a motivation, a drive, a desire to actually, do something, get the quarterback. So if you're growing up in a single mother home or a single parent home, and you got to grind to get what you need to get, of course I'm going to want that guy because he's going to work harder than the dude that's been raised in a cushier situation. Because the guy in the cushier situation as a D-line isn't going to be as hungry because he has the support he needs at home. It sounds backwards, but I get where Deion's coming from. And then as a quarterback, that's the face of your franchise, right? You don't want, no offense, but you don't want like an idiot at quarterback. Somebody who's like, doesn't get their grades right, or somebody who can't be relied on, somebody who gets chased by the police. Baker Mayfield. But you know what I mean? A quarterback has to steer the franchise the right way. So if you're not the ideal fit, like as far as like 3-5 guys, somebody who's dependable, somebody who makes good decisions, why would I draft you? Why would I recruit you? And I know there's outliers, but I get the frame of what he'll say.
All right, I'm gonna push back.
Okay. Yeah. Please do. Wow.
So just with your D-line statement, so we're out here saying that D linemen that grow up with both of their parents, they're not going to be as successful. They're not going to have the same drive. Their mother, their father, whatever, cannot instill that drive into them. Haven't you seen The Blind Side? No, I'm kidding. But like seriously, that's a crazy statement to be like, oh, they got to be hungry, single parent home. I get that mentality, but that same mentality can be instilled in a 2-parent household.
Absolutely.
If you're an athlete on a high level and it's like, yo, do you want to be great or do you not? Because if you want to be great, then I'm gonna push you whatever to be great. I'm gonna coach you to be great while you're still under my roof, and then once you're out. But and on that platform too, like you got all these white people like laughing like it's like I feel like that's one that you have in private with your coaching staff. That's not a statement that you put out to the world.
Because that's why I said I wouldn't say it out loud, not on this platform. I get where he came from, but I agree. It's not black and white like that. It's not. Because there's always outliers. There's exceptions to the rule. And if you ask me, well, actually, hell, I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody on this call, living in 2-parent households to where we made it out fine and became hungry and ambitious as much as the next person. In anything we did.
Yeah. So, Philthy, I want to hear your thoughts. What you got for me?
It's just a totally tone-deaf statement. The rhetoric is even just screaming, like very troubling. You can very easily twist this, inject it into an Ivy League school, and this is why we don't allow minorities in. You can easily twist into any type of thing. Like I hate everything all all around. I mean, what Hashmaster said, wrong platform, don't say it out loud. But man, you look bad. This stinks, man. Like I'm questioning sending my kid to you now. Why? I mean, this should make waves. This looks bad. And we're just doing the NFL Combine right now. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and I mean, piggybacking off of what you said, it's like 2-parent household. What is that usually? White household. Single mother household. What is that usually? Black household. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like, obviously that's not what he's saying, but it could be, misconstrued where it's like, I want my quarterbacks to be white, they typically have the 2-parent household, they get good grades, yada yada yada, and I need the black players in the trenches on my on my defense, just hungry, ready to get it. And
okay.
Yeah,
I did,
I hear that statement, and I think of like a Lamar Jackson or a Dante Culpepper or anyone that like said, "Oh, you can't fit this position because of X, Y, and Z of how it's always been."
Well, because remember, Lamar Jackson did get he had a 3.5, and they had 3.5 in college. He had good grades. So that's why I wasn't willing to say it's like it's black and white as far as like one or the other. There is gray because that's the world we live in.
But think about the criticism. The number one thing you're gonna hear with the black quarterback if they're not doing well, they can't really read the defense.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? It's
They
either
will say
they
that.
can't throw or they can't read the defense.
And did we hear what C.J. Stroud yesterday? So C.J. Stroud said something.
He said Madden was fake. I agree with him on that. No, what he said?
No, he was talking about his idols, right? And hopping on Insta, you get to see some nasty comments and race-filled hatred towards him, because he said he looked up to Michael Vick and Deshaun Watson. Not for off the field stuff, but they're on the field play. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, he's gonna be out of the league in 2 years. And his dog is shaking right now. And then like all this stuff, like just attacking this kid. Because
that was kind of funny though. His dog is shaking.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty. It made me chuckle. But it's just more like, damn, like let the man talk. Like you expect him to look up to Peyton Manning when they're not the same. They're not the same type of player.
Also, they didn't ask like, who do you look up to as a role model? They
said,
who do you look up to as a football player?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's just the way this society's been rolling, man. The last 10-ish or so years, it's crazy. I don't know, man. Everything's under a microscope. Everything's hyper-analyzed. Everything's misconstrued. If there's an ink tear apart, born. Can't really say anything anymore. It's tough for young athletes and really everyone trying to come up and make their name for themselves.
Can't say anything anymore. You sound like a boomer over there, Philthy.
No, I'm just saying.
They're gonna cancel me, man.
Giving an honest answer to an honest question, and he's getting dragged.
No, I'm with you. I'm just trolling.
Yeah.
And I agree 100%, and that's why I always respect the people that just give the. Well, both sides. I respect the people that speak their mind because they're few and far between. But I also just respect the people that give the most scripted answers, like the Key and Peele script or the I can't even talk. The Key and Peele skit where he's like, I just want to get out there and execute and support my teammates.
Yeah, I respect those players. I love that move now.
That's really that's the best way to go. It's like, so what were you thinking out there? It's like, respect to the other team, of course, and he was just trying to do what we could do because we knew that if we did what we was doing in practice, then we would win. So that's what we did. That's all I was thinking about was practice. Allen Iverson would never.
It's just a bad move, man.
We're talking about practice, man.
Just a bad week for sports right now. Is there any hope at all?
Not really. I mean, LeBron's hurt. The Lakers lost 2 of the last 3 ever since I said that they were going to be good. LeBron got hurt. He's not saying what his injury is. And, it's not looking good. So
it's a non-contact.
Reevaluated.
A lot worse than what's being said.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than what's being said. And they're saying reevaluated in 3 weeks. Well, guess what? 3 weeks from now, there's like 1 week left in this season. So
yeah. I feel like the Lakers would be okay had D'Angelo Russell went down, but here we are. But this is a game. This is the Lakers game. End of the season. Will they or won't they? I'm just gonna try and not react too much.
Yeah, that's true. And, you just gotta wait now and see. The one thing that is helping is some other teams are also losing as well. But if we want some good news is Kevin Durant is back. He has not played since I think January 8th, so almost 2 months. But he came back this week on Wednesday, put up 23. And then he put up another 20 on Friday against the Bulls. And the Suns are
restriction.
Yeah, and the Suns are looking legit. And exactly what I said, people, is what's happening. Devin Booker's been getting busy since KD's been back. Dropped 36 and 37 in the 2 games with Kevin Durant.
Yep.
You can't guard him.
And the crazy thing is, KD's underrated defense has been showing up. And that's the most underrated part of this game. The way he can get blocks, and I mean, putting effort on the defensive end. So I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the game last night, and it was crazy. So Josh Okogie, which is like, who? That guy? He dropped 25. Want to know why? Because they literally were leaving him wide open. It's like, go ahead, bro. We gotta guard KD and Booker. So KD and Booker on one side is literally just like, hey, Josh, you're wide open. Shoot this three. I think he was like 5 of 10 from 3. So they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be legit. And then also another player, he's supposed to be coming back on Sunday against my Lakers, is Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
Ooh.
And,
I think the Warriors, I honestly think, just don't sell the Warriors a final stock yet.
No,
not yet.
I was just about to last week, and I swear they started clicking this week.
Yes.
And it's been in the second half, like the last 3 games. So they played Portland. They're down 20 at halftime. They beat Portland by 20.
Yes.
And then same thing. Steph. Yes, without Steph. Same thing against the Clippers. They're down 17, something like that. They beat the Clippers by 20 plus.
Well, I mean,
Russell Westbrook's fault.
I mean, the Clips clip, they do that. I mean, they just stepped it up again with the Kings. Again by 1 point.
Yeah, that's true.
Westbrook's fault.
Hey, the Clippers are 0-6 since signing Westbrook.
Yo, I will say this.
Just gotta say.
I will say this. The Kings Clippers, pretty fun, man. They played 4 times? I mean, they're pretty fun to watch. I would love to watch a series. It won't go 7, probably 5 or 6. Man, it's fun, man. A lot of points. Great for the betting.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I haven't brought these guys up, but I gotta talk about this team that's a hot team. The New York Knicks, baby.
Fuck you, bing bong.
Well, yeah, the Brunson edition has been huge.
Hey, man.
Huge.
Brunson is a baller. The Mavs look ridiculous for not re-signing him. Brunson is a baller. And, I mean, they made some good pickups. They picked up Josh Hart. And I want to say
Yeah,
they've won
They're undefeated with them.
great for chemistry.
yeah, they've won 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Julius Randle's playing well, and I mean, they're still not on. Well, I can't say they're not on the Celtics and Bucks level, but I'm going to. But they did just beat the Celtics.
You think they're like number 3 at least?
I mean, they just beat the Celtics in Boston by like 20.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of them.
But still, I feel like, that was a game where the Knicks are trying to prove themselves, and Boston's just like, it's just another game. So probably took them a little more lightly than they should have, and I think it's a lesson learned. It's like, all right, we gotta be on our A game when we play against these guys.
Right.
Yeah, this is the point of the season where things start getting tightened up. Packages are changing. We're getting ready to go. It's time for that postseason push.
Yeah, and you could see it. You can see the intensity. Like, people are playing like a little bit of defense now, and
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Well, I will say though, before we get too far, I will say though, to kind of go back into what you were saying earlier about us being so on the ball and stuff. I want to give the pod some love. We have some credibility in regards to what was said last week. Talking about Legendarius, talking about load management and the effect on the game. Well, days later, maybe it was days before, sorry, my poor reporting, but Charles Barkley too spoke out and said something about load management, And it is having a huge effect on the game, especially at this point. They're saying saying stuff inside the NBA. I mean, come on, it's problematic. Additionally, the NBA is broken. They are on a pace of 40-point games this season and multiple 70-point games. I mean, come on. What do you say about this, And I've noticed too myself, triple-doubles are happening at a more frequent rate overall. It's staggering. Indeed, the NBA is broken.
Yeah, it's just like, if you make this shot, go ahead. And then also just the amount of threes. Like, let me talk about these Dallas Mavericks real quick. Who also lost me money. Who also lost me money. Now let me tell you. Let me break down the situation for you, viewers.
Break it down, brother.
They're playing the Indiana Pacers. There is 2 minutes left in the game. The score is 122 to 120. They need 2 points. What they do is they shoot 7 3-pointers. Luka ends up getting fouled, making 2 free throws. The final score is 124 to 122. They shoot 7 3-pointers. They need 2 points. They're like, no, let's keep shooting threes. I know we just missed. Let's do it again. I know we just missed. Let's do it again. 7 times in a row.
Yeah, bro. That's what I wanted to ask. Even going to highlighting Damian Lillard's 71-point effort, but his on threes, the number of attempts, the impact of the three at this point. I mean, yes, it's down to like player impact. Steph Curry can make a name for himself, but it's affecting the game to guys who have no business shooting the three or still shooting the three. Like, what happened to the mid game? Why can't we integrate both?
Analytics.
Killing bets and it's killing games.
Yeah, it is analytics. It says 3-pointers or layups. That's the game. Don't even work on the mid-range.
Right, and that's what makes NBA games during the regular season so straining and boring to watch sometimes, because everyone's just going to chuck it up or get to the basket, get some free throws, and then when it comes to playoff time, when you know who could hoop and who can't, because the hoopers are going to hit those mid-range.
DeRozan.
Like Chris, right.
Mid-range killer.
But Chris Paul, LeBron will do it. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, like Jason Tatum, low key. It's like, but hoopers, and Jimmy Butler too. So y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and analytics are killing the game. And analytics say that Kobe Bryant wasn't a good player. Analytics say that Dwayne Wade is better than Kobe Bryant. We all know that's not true, but that's what the numbers say. So
that is not true.
Yeah. So analytics say that James Harden's better than like pretty much everybody, and we both know that's not true.
He's the best offensive player of all time. And I'm like, I'm like, look, I know I have my opinions on LeBron versus Michael, but it's Michael Jordan. Yeah. Michael Jeffrey fucking Jordan.
Is that that would be his son, right? Jeffrey fucking Larson. No, sorry, Scotty. You hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Shots fired. Oops. Was that John Morant?
Get down.
Oh! Josh, stop it! Stop, bro!
All the humanity.
I want $100 million. Ah! He punched me. 200. I want all his money. Give me all his money.
I said that y'all play his money.
Oh man! Hey, I forgot. We didn't. I didn't even touch on the Bucks, man. The Bucks have won 16 straight games.
Yeah, 16-0.
16.
I actually played myself. I was under the impression that the West could come away easy and bring the title in. I don't know, man. The Bucks are nasty, man. Jay Crowder was a very key addition. Giannis isn't even playing, and they're still bringing the pain. And it's very impressive to see.
Yeah.
So, are we going to see a Suns versus Bucks rematch in the finals?
I can't call it in the West. The West is crazy.
You definitely can't. Everyone's one injury away.
Yeah. I will say it's going to be the Bucks or the Celtics, but it's looking more and more like it's going to be the Bucks. The way that they're playing, they're so loaded. And yes, you're right. Loaded. That Jay Crowder addition was clutch. I mean, they picked up Joe Ingles in the offseason. That was a big pickup. Chris Middleton's still on a minutes restriction. Like, he's not even playing that much.
Yeah, you haven't even seen the full length of their powers, even down to their coaching. They're just so damn tall. It's just they're just beating you up.
You said Joe Ingles?
Crunch time yet. It's not even time to hit the postseason.
You mean who?
Toby Flenderson.
Oh my God. Toby. I wonder if I have that. Yeah, it's Toby.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That is Joe Ingles. You're right. And I guess the last team we'll talk about, these Nuggets.
Ooh.
They keep winning.
Golden. Number
one in the West. I think you could pretty much lock them in at number one at this point. Yeah. And this Jokic MVP media circus. I know I went a little hard last week, and I gotta walk myself back. This is what I'm gonna say about Jokic.
Here we go.
This year, he deserves to be MVP. You cannot argue it. This year, he does. Last year, he did not. The year before that, he did not. So what my issue is with Jokic is now he's going to win this award 3 years in a row. If this guy, this is what you're telling me and everybody else, players, whatever, this is the best guy in the league, then how come the first year he won it, he gets swept by the Suns in the second round? The next year he wins it, he gets beat by the Warriors, gentleman's sweep in 5. And now he's going to win it a third time? So it's just like, are they going to make it to the championship? At least?
Well, this isn't new. Because we already know these awards are like in season. It doesn't account for the postseason.
No. There is some carryover, though. You're right. You're right. There's in season, but there is carryover, like historically, because you can look at Jordan. Any year that he didn't win it, he should have won it. But there's like, let's give it to Charles Barkley instead. Or let's give it to Karl Malone.
Jordan fatigue.
Yeah. And same thing with LeBron. And even Giannis. Like, Giannis won back-to-back. And there's no argument that he shouldn't have won the first one over Jokic. But they just had Giannis fatigue. And they were saying, he hasn't won yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can make the argument on the other side. It's really just they're picking the media. They get it wrong sometimes. They make the wrong choice for MVP. I mean, everyone's been vocal about that every season.
Yeah, and then I just find it so hypocritical again with the whole the Westbrook thing where he was a 6 seed and like, oh, that was a bad decision. But then when Jokic is a 6 seed, it's like he didn't have Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. Like, look at what he did with that team. It's like, excuse me, when Westbrook won MVP, Kevin Durant left. Kevin Durant left, and the OKC got nothing in return. So, who was the second best player? Steven Adams? Like, come on, man, give me a break.
Right. Yeah, I will agree to that.
So,
easily.
I won't argue. Like, this year, he's the MVP. Like, but it's just the media wanted to like crown him over, Embiid or Giannis the past 2 years, and now he's getting all this blowback, and I feel like it's deserved because of that reason. Because it's just like you guys kind of just gave it to him when he didn't really deserve it, and this year he does really deserve it. But now it's like three in a row. Yeah, it's like, all right, we're sick of this guy. Like, we get it. He puts up his numbers, and that goes back to the new NBA and how things are played. Like, how many good centers can you name? Like, no one's trying to guard this dude.
Right.
But in the playoffs,
anybody except Cat.
Yeah, and he hasn't played like this year. I mean, like in 2023.
Yeah, but to throw some bell here, Legendarius. I mean, you were right though, because I kind of thought back of the conversation as well after we recorded, and I went back and looked at some stuff, and yeah, he is a liability. I mean, he's not someone you can rely on like a Giannis and an Embiid. It's like we need to stop. They can put their hand up, they can get in there, they can disrupt the game. I can't look to Jokic and be like, dude, I need to stop right here. 2-point game, fourth quarter, come on. I can't say that for sure Jokic can shut it down.
Yeah.
So I do see your argument and what you were saying last week, and I can definitely shoot you some bell on that end. He's not a complete shutdown player like a Giannis or an Embiid. He's highly effective, super effective, offensive, stalwart, up there with the LeBron in terms of the IQ. But when it comes down to crunch time and I need a complete player, I can't rely on you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for agreeing with me. Gosh, nobody ever does that. Oh, man. We were flowing in this episode. And like I said, I teased it last episode that we were going to get into, our NFL awards, but NFL ain't going nowhere. So you'll get the awards when we give them to you, man. Damn.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the topic of current events, I have to say, I mean, it came out, it leaked out real quick, but young Carson Wentz once again released. They let the dog out again.
No. Carson Wentz. Hold on.
He's free again to evangelize your locker room.
Hold on.
Nobody cares.
Once again to your locker room, to storm your field, to throw incomplete passes, but to quote scripture at halftime.
Nobody cares.
Woo! Carson Wentz ready for any other of the 31 teams, okay? Not the 32 teams, because one just booted him. But the other 31 teams in the NFL, come get you another backup or a starter. You'll be number one in your hearts.
Yo, Carson Wentz.
When it matters. Wins, losses.
Yo, Carson Wentz started this offseason like this.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Unemployed again.
I'm going to give you Derek Carr.
This man has gone from the Eagles to the Colts to the Redskins. Oh, the Commanders. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey. Excuse me.
You are fake news.
All right. I didn't say that. I said the Commanders. Okay. It's fake news.
You're right. You did say that.
All right. And don't forget.
I will build a great, great wall.
Just kidding. Who's going to pay for that wall?
Snyder will.
Dan Snyder. Yes.
Dan Snyder's paying for that.
Oh, man. But yeah, Carson Wentz, unemployed again. And
what else is new?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like with the combine and the draft and all that coming up, next episode we gotta talk about like what is a draft bust, because
draft bust.
We have to clarify because a lot of people throw that word around, but no one really quite knows what it means. So yeah,
exactly. We know.
Yeah.
We gonna jump into it next episode because it's like, is Carson Wentz a bust? Is Baker Mayfield a bust? Like, I know like Johnny Manziel and Jamarcus Russell are busts, but it's just like, are we putting everybody in the same category? I feel like we need to figure this out, and also maybe the GMs just made a bad call. Because it's not like they're bad players. They're just not number one.
In the right situation.
Hey, if Carson Wentz was a 7th-round draft pick, he'd be a good story. But he's number 2 overall.
Well, it's not like GMs make the right decision all the time.
Yes, they do. They're the smartest people in the room. You don't know anything.
They'll tell you that.
You don't know anything, all right? I've watched 10,000 hours of film, and I also went to Harvard. I have the analytics here. It's not my fault. The guy, he just can't play anymore. Look at him. Can't play. Look at Tom Brady. Like, Bill, I'm telling you, look. He's lost it. Let's get rid of him. Let's get Mac Jones or Cam Newton in here, all right?
Sound like the Harvard dude from Boondocks.
I mean, at this point, if you're an NFL franchise, why don't you just give that job to like your cousin or like your child of like your favorite team? Because like it's the same thing. You're just guessing.
No, you know who you give the job to? You give the job to your son. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones. That's the way to do it. You keep it in the family, okay? Yeah. Dak's family, Ezekiel Elliott's family, Dez's family, Jason Garrett's family, Tony Romo's family, and
Tony Romo's immortalized, and he went undrafted, so suck it.
And Vin Diesel said you never turn your back on family. So,
well, what does Vin Diesel know? He turned his back on the road.
What? Well, he's like, I still got my franchise, motherfucker. Fast forever. Coming soon.
This is not mad.
No, it's not. We do not support the Fast and Furious franchise. Ever since Paul Walker, R.I.P. to the GOAT, I refuse to watch Fast and Furious. Tyrese, I'm losing my family too, man. Oh, speaking of family, Phil, let's end this, man. Talk about the GOAT's son. Not a son.
I just have to say the Super Bowl tour continues over there in KC. Good old Jackson Mahomes, man. Jackson Mahomes strikes again for, quote, allegedly getting a little handsy with the little manager in the back. Not allegedly, have the video proof is out there circulating on Twitter. This man is handsy, which is crazy because he's not that good of an athlete. But yeah, he just puts himself all in and around this lady. It's very unfortunate to see. She's very well dressed. She's like a manager. Yeah, it's so bad for him. It's awkward. And keep your hands to yourself. Let that be a lesson. Or
Yeah. Can't really defend that video. It's kind of like, bro, sir, what are you doing? Like, she is not giving you consent. She's clearly giving you the opposite. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I love the part too where like she will push him away and then just like smooth her hair out in a skirt, like I'm trying to go back to work.
Well, what happens is he sees her smooth her hair in a shirt, and then he's just like, giggity.
Jackson's a menace.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, you don't want to be in my TikTok video? Come on, giggity. You can get really rich. You don't even need to work this job anymore. Giggity.
The long nights ain't good,
Oh man. But I think that wraps it. We gonna be here next week talking, some NFL stuff, and maybe we'll give out our awards next week. Maybe we'll give them out the week after that. I don't know. But as always, support us, support the podcast. We on Linktree. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe. Rate us 5 stars. You know how we do. And by the way, we might not be here next week because I just got a DM from Ja said, I'm next. Oh!
Ow! Ow!
So, if I'm not here next week, Philthy and Hashmaster Z, they'll carry on the show. Oh.
Hey, but on a serious note, man, if you're attached to any athlete and you want to know who's in a little bit of a risky business, pass some money on the table, man, protect that person, man, help them out. If they still want to do it, hey, let them hang themselves. But until then, protect them, man. Come on.
Yes. Or you can hire me and I'll do it for them.
Yeah.
You know, just 1% of their salary. No big deal.
$500,000 a year.
Yeah. I'm protecting you. 1% of your salary, you're not even gonna miss it. Alright? You just need first class flights as well. I don't like to sit.
Hey, put your phone on airplane mode. You know? Save me some trouble.
But all right, we out of here, y'all. Have a good weekend. And remember, we broke the Ja Morant news before any of these other fools. Because we dropped it on Sunday.
The audio, we did it first.
There's 2 people that did it first. Ray J and Sports Mindz, baby. We out.
Yeah.